Democrats just elected 3 very far left Democratic socialists in New York who are crazy, like outright really crazy. So, like, how are they going to blow it? I don't know, but they seem to be well on their way.
It doesn't make me forget that his wife loved October 7th attack on Israel and that he pals around with terrorists.
No, come on. Have you had him on the show?
We ask people like that, Ro, they never come.
I'll talk.
It's startling how Bill Maher finally revealed how Mamdani's socialist message is shaping young minds. You would expect young people to know better, especially in this age of information where anyone can research socialism and see whether it really works. But instead, they would rather trust Mamdani. So Maher stepped in, and it got fiery. Be sure to watch the video until the end. And don't forget to share your thoughts with us. Let's dive into it.
Because this is big news in this country. I don't know if you saw what happened in New York. There were 3 candidates for this. These are the primaries. They are going to win the election, so there are going to be 3 Democrats in Congress. These are Mamdani's people. These are Democratic socialists, I think very different than the Democratic Party. What happened is, for years we've been asking young people to vote. Well, now young people are voting, and they're voting to abolish the police, abolish prisons, unlimited immigration, so no cops, no prisons, no borders, proving for sure that eating Tide Pods does cause brain damage.
You heard it straight from a source. Maher says the youth wing of the Democratic Party backed Mamdani because they're attracted to open borders, cutting or removing police, and ending prisons completely. It's a bold claim and one worth thinking about for a moment right now. Imagine what that kind of society would really look like if young voters got everything they're asking for, especially in New York, where Mamdani now holds the mayor's office. Picture the real, everyday consequences. How a city works, how safety gets maintained, how order stays protected when the very institutions meant to uphold it are stripped away or dismantled completely. It's not just a political talking point. It's a glimpse into a possible reality. And if you think that's already a lot to process, brace yourself, because Maher doesn't stop there. What he says next pushes the conversation even further. And it might just change how you see this entire debate.
Democrats seem to be having this debate whether or not Maher Mamdani is a socialist or a democratic socialist. Let me settle it. He's a straight-up communist. How do I know this? Well, I'm reading between the lines when one of his major advisors says, elect more communists. It's fine. It's a belief system. He's allowed to believe it, and people are allowed to vote for it. But if liberals deny it, like he's just going through a goth phase?
The real problem, Maher says, is treating the label like harmless talk, when the ideas behind it could reshape America in ways most people never expect. Maher pushes back against the argument many liberals often make. They claim Mamdani is not really a communist, that it's just a phase and something he will eventually outgrow. Maher does not believe that, and he explains the difference clearly. Mamdani calls himself a social democrat, and that label is not the same as being a liberal democrat, no matter how often people mix them together. According to Maher, social democracy is much closer to communism on the political spectrum than most people realize or want to admit. And he says that is exactly the problem. It is not just a label. It is a system with real and dangerous effects for America, its economy, its institutions, and its way of life. Maher's message is simple. Stop brushing the label aside, because the policies behind it could change the country far more than people expect. But this is where Maher quietly challenges Mamdani and the Democrats. Trust me, you'll enjoy this.
Mamdani's a great one, huh?
I do. Did you see his Knicks speech? Anyone
not the issue that most concerned me. I don't
it's worth a watch because the speech was not just about the Knicks. First of all, he recites every Knicks player. I couldn't do that about the 49ers.
Who gives a shit about the Knicks? He's the mayor of New York.
Well, yeah, but he talks about how it's actually bringing people together. Trump voters, Mamdani voters, how it's overcoming the odds. And he took a speech that was just about celebrating a championship, and he made something bigger about it. He's a talented.
Okay. Well, it doesn't make me forget that his wife loved October 7th attack on Israel, and that he pals around with terrorists.
No, come on. Have you had him on the show?
We ask people like that, Ro. They never come.
I'll talk to him. I think
I
he
would
should
love
come.
that. I think he should too.
Bill Maher's biggest point comes next. as he reveals why so many young Americans are backing the socialists. Take a listen. Honestly, I would love to see Zohran Mamdani sit down with Bill Maher on the show. It would be incredible, because Bill Maher has reportedly wanted to speak directly with a social democrat for a long time. And let's be honest, who better than Zohran Mamdani himself? Let me know in the comments if you would also like to see a real Bill Maher versus Zohran Mamdani showdown. Make no mistake, these are two completely opposing political views going head-to-head. On one side, Bill Maher has spent months criticizing and tearing apart Zohran Mamdani's policies, week after week, segment after segment. On the other side, Zohran Mamdani has kept making his case, gaining support, and promoting policies critics call far left in New York. A face-to-face debate between them could become one of the most revealing political moments of the year. What do you think would happen now?
Listen to this. There are thousands of people from countries we think of as prosperous and advanced who have come here and are now saying they can no longer go on in life if they can't get ranch dressing. One woman from Sweden said, "Why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack?" Because it's not. Your crack must suck.
Bill Maher says many young people are turning towards socialism because they truly believe America is a bad place. And honestly, he argues, that is not completely their fault. For decades, older leaders in their own party have been telling them that story, generation after generation, constantly showing America in a negative light. Because of that, they look at other countries, especially across Europe, and believe those places are naturally better, more progressive, and more caring than America could ever be. But this is where Bill Maher steps in and points out the biggest flaw in that thinking. He highlights something important. Fans from around the world who travel to America for the Soccer World Cup cannot stop talking about how great the country really is, how welcoming it feels, and how impressive it is in person. That stands in sharp contrast to the message many young Americans have been taught, and Bill Maher makes sure that difference is impossible to ignore. Donald Trump also shared what he thinks about Zohran Mamdani and his politics. Take a listen.
And as you saw with the communists elected in New York City recently, they're communists, they're not social democrats. They want to completely destroy the traditional American way of life. Communism is very easy to sell. It destroys everything, but it's very easy. I'll be honest, I think I'd be the greatest communist in history. I'd give free rent. Ladies and gentlemen, from now on, you don't have to pay any rent. From now on, anybody wants a house, don't worry about it, just pick the house you want. Everybody gets free food, everything is free from this point forward. Everyone's going to vote for me. The problem is, after 2 or 3 years, the country is a disaster area. The country fails, they always do. It always does. So easy to sell. That first year, boy, you're the most popular. It's happening right now in New York and California.
Bill Maher wants leaders like Zohran Mamdani and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on his show to answer tough questions about communism, but they never appear. Donald Trump says communism is one of the easiest ideas to sell, especially to people who are struggling, feeling hopeless, and looking for a way out of their problems. It promises free rent, free food, free transportation, free schools, and free everything. Those are the same kinds of promises now being discussed in New York. On paper, it can sound like the perfect answer, as if every problem will disappear overnight. But critics say there is a catch that many people ignore. They argue those promises become much harder to keep once the real costs and trade-offs become clear. After the early excitement fades, many people face hardship, shortages, slow growth, and the realization that nothing was ever truly free. History has shown this pattern many times, yet every generation seems to learn it the hard way. Bill Maher says that is exactly why he wants Zohran Mamdani and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on his show, while Republicans like J.D. Vance are the ones who accept his invitation.
I'm just glad you're talking to me. You know, I mean, I say it every time when the Republicans come here, they take their beating like a man. It's the people I vote for. They're the ones who won't talk to me. That's odd, isn't it?
It is very odd.
I mean, and I probably...
Well, like this new woman who was elected in New York, do you think she'll come on the show?
Oh, I know you want... No, I can't get AOC. I can't get Mamdani. I couldn't get Kamala Harris. You know, it took me 8 years to get Obama. Anyway, let's not talk about my problems. And I promise this is going to be a lot easier than talking to the Iranian. Or even more, The View.
The question is whether it's harder than The View. That's right.
I'm just glad you're talking to me. You know, I mean, I say it every time.
Critics argue Zohran Mamdani and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez avoid sitting down with Bill Maher because they would face much tougher questions than they usually receive. It's as simple as that. Think about it. Why do they keep giving interviews to friendly media outlets and supportive podcasts where the questions are predictable, yet avoid appearing with someone who has even donated his own money to the party? It does not add up, and many people believe that should raise serious questions. Critics say their reluctance speaks for itself. They know exactly what they are avoiding. The tough, direct, unscripted questions that Bill Maher has built his reputation on. He does not ask easy questions. He does not accept vague answers. And he certainly does not go easy on political allies just because they belong to the same party. Critics argue that is exactly why they stay away. That's it. Plain and simple. No bigger conspiracy is needed.
Okay, so the three in New York City are Chevrolet, Valdez, and Lander. And they're all Mamdani guys. Mamdani's a communist, okay? And what they're doing is trying to seize all the assets of New York City and distributed those assets to the poor. That's what the game is. Okay, so when you see the numbers, they're fairly staggering. 44% of all of those working right now in New York City were born overseas. 44%. 38% of all New Yorkers were born overseas. So this is a migrant town, like London. London's falling apart.
The warning signs are already there. And Bill O'Reilly says New York is showing exactly where these policies could lead. Bill O'Reilly pulls back the curtain on what he believes is really happening in New York. And he says it's nothing short of eye-opening. Step by step, slowly but clearly, Bill O'Reilly argues the city is already showing serious warning signs under the socialist policies Zohran Mamdani has introduced since taking office. He claims Zohran Mamdani's redistribution policies are shifting wealth toward lower-income residents, an idea that may sound fair and compassionate at first, like a real effort to create equality. But Bill O'Reilly asks the question he believes too many people avoid. What happens when that wealth runs out? What happens when there is nothing left to redistribute and no reliable way to replace it? He says that is where the real problems begin. Promises start to exceed available resources, funding begins to disappear, and the city struggles to support a system it was never prepared to sustain for the long term.
But the Democratic Party is now the home of all the communists. It's not that the Communist Party runs on its own. It's attached to the Democratic Party. That will hurt the Democrats as more and more American citizens figure this out. They haven't figured it out yet because the media covers for this. My monologue tonight would never be heard on any of the networks or CNN. I don't even think Fox ever run it.
In the end, Bill Maher and Bill O'Reilly deliver one clear message. Socialist promises may sound appealing at first, but history shows the cracks always appear. Many critics believe that once more Americans understand what they see as the real risks of communism, the political impact on the Democratic Party could be significant. They argue this would not be a small shift, but a change that could influence voting for years. Some voters, including people who once supported Democrats, may choose a different path because they do not want to risk their future, savings, or freedoms on a system they believe has repeatedly failed. Critics compare it to the political backlash over the party's woke policies, saying many voters felt those ideas had gone too far and no longer reflected everyday concerns. They argue history often repeats itself, and the response to socialism and communism could become even stronger at the ballot box. They point to New York as a real-time example, while saying Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Zohran Mamdani have remained silent on these criticisms. What do you think about Bill Maher's criticism of Zohran Mamdani's socialist policies in New York? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more political content, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.